Welcome back. The rate rigging scandal is heating up as Congress joins a global investigation into the potential manipulation of key lending rates globally. Lawmakers are widening their focus to include U.S. regulators who may have known about the problem as early as 2007 when the financial crisis started. Treasury Secretary Timothy Geithner and Federal Reserve Chairman Ben Bernanke will appear before the Senate Banking Committee this month for regularly scheduled hearings and they'll likely face questions about the rate rigging issue, particularly Mr. Geithner, who flagged the issue while he was the head of the New York Fed, but he did not appear to follow up. Senator Richard Shelby is the ranking Republican on that panel, and he joins us now for an exclusive interview. Senator, good to have you on the program. Welcome. Thank you, Maria. Did Tim Geithner do enough?
Absolutely not. He got started, but then he stopped. He stopped when he should have been walking to the next level. He should have been investigating what was going on with Libor. He had information that something was amiss, but he didn't do more.
Well, what would you have liked to see him do? What are you going to be focused on when these guys testify in front of your committee?
Well, I think first we've got to get to the bottom of all of it. In other words, see exactly what he did. We've seen some information, about the bank saying something was wrong. He forwarded that to the Bank of England, but nothing really happened in the meantime. There are hundreds of trillions of dollars worth of loans predicated on Libor every day. So you've got to have trust. You've got to have integrity in the banking system. A lot of that is lacking today, which is sad. We've got to restore trust. And this is a start we should take care of.
Well, let's talk about this rate rigging scandal. I mean, how widespread could this thing get? What's your take on how this plays out?
Well, we don't really know. We've know what's been going on in the UK as far as Parliament's concerned, where Barclays was involved and paid a huge fine. But we don't know if there's criminal activity there. We see where the Justice Department is involved, beginning to get involved in this. But it's probably going to take not one hearing, two hearings, a lot of hearings to get to this. This is complex, but it's important to the whole banking system as we know it.
Well, what about the whole banking system? I mean, I want to get your level of confidence here in the banking system, particularly in the wake of the rate rigging scandal, the J.P. Morgan trading mess. We still are writing the rules of Dodd-Frank as we speak. I mean, should folks out there believe that, the system has become stronger or not?
Well, I can tell you there's not a lot of trust in the banking system, but it should be, because we used to have that trust. We've got to earn it. We've got to work it back, and we've got to be more transparent. There's a lot of greed out there. It's obvious. There are a lot of bailouts, which people resent, and now there's manipulation. That's a manipulation of some of the currency rates, which just adds fuel to the fire.
Well, Senator, let's face it, you're the ranking Republican on the Senate Banking Committee. I mean, are you missing all of this day in and day out? Why more scandals every time we turn around? How are we going to get confidence back if people don't even trust the policeman at the, in charge?
Well, the policeman's got to be diligent. If you refer to the regulators as policemen, which they are, of the banking system, the financial thing, they've got to be involved. They can't just have some information that something's going wrong and quit and kick it down the road and hope it never comes up again. That's basically what happened as far as we know at this time. They've got to be diligent. They've got to say, gosh, we've got to have integrity above everything in our banking system. We used to have it. We need to get there again.
Let me ask you this. Let me switch gears here to the fiscal cliff. Are you willing to sit there and not come to an agreement before the election or before year end with your colleagues on the other side to actually make sure our lives, American lives, are not hanging in the balance? You got tax cuts expiring and spending programs expiring. This fiscal cliff is going to send the economy plummeting. What are you going to do about it?
Well, Maria, I'm willing to more than meet the Democrats halfway on meaningful, complex, comprehensive tax reform. That's not what they want. They're making political points, they think. I hope it won't work out in the fall. But we need comprehensive overall tax reform. We don't need to go out and demagogue one group against the other.
Well, they don't even want to, the Democrats say they are not going to do it if it means not raising taxes. So are you going to raise taxes for the rich?
We're not going to raise taxes on anybody, I hope, but we do need tax reform because there are a lot of people paying nothing in this country and getting by. But what I'm about is lowering the rates of people's taxes, including anybody that works.
But get rid of the loopholes.
Absolutely.
All right, final question here. What does your gut tell you? When will we get a resolution on the fiscal cliff, Senator? Is it after the election? What's your gut?
I believe it'll be after the election, and it might even be into the new year. But I believe we will have a resolution. A lot of it will be dependent on what happens in the election.
Wow, give me a break, Senator. 2013 now we're talking about. We'll see what happens to everybody who's waiting for this and is counting on their job after the election, what they're going to be forced to get fired, I guess.
Well, I hope nobody gets fired, but I hope we do bring meaningful tax reform.
The spending programs are going away. It's not brain surgery. The spending programs are going away, right?
Well, there are a lot of spending programs that need to go away, but we need to make sure that America is not destroyed in the meantime.
All right, Senator, good to have you on the program. Thanks for weighing in on these important issues, and we appreciate always your candor. Senator Richard Shelby from Alabama joining us. Well, if you're successful, did you do it?